Something's too big, too far away. Which begs the question then,
How far is too far?
thank you, Linda, how far is too far, right? So you really need what's called a metric. How do you metric
Can you help me with this?
outliers? How do you measure them? How do you put a quantifier on there? And you guys have now reiterated a couple, 3 different times. If your data is bell-shaped, right? Any data outside of 2 standard deviations. You guys okay if I write it like this? Is it okay if I write it like that? Actually, I just did. Does that make anybody nauseous? You had to do this on your exam, didn't you?
Yeah.
95% of the time, how many eggs do I get?
1 to 5.
Oh God, 2 to 4, 1 to 5. What do I get?
1
Oh,
to 5.
sweet Jesus. 1
1
to 5, right?
1
1
to
to 5, good. Oh, thank God. That's okay. I just got a little freaked out. That's okay. 2 to 4 will be 68% of the time. 95% of the time, 1 to 5. That's 2 standard deviations because the standard deviation I think was 1 egg with an average of 3 eggs. Good. How many of you just said when my neighbor asked me how many eggs, she said 3 eggs on average? It's a perfectly fine answer.
Yep, 3 eggs.
It's a perfectly fine answer. The rest of you are kicking yourselves going, why the hell did I just say that? I had to type out this goddamn paragraph. That's okay. It's
You didn't
good.
say work.
I did. I personally like making sure my neighbors know why the chickens lay eggs less in the winter than in the summer. Do you know why?
Isn't that because of the light?
It's the light. Everybody thinks it's the heat. I shouldn't say everybody because obviously you don't, Linda. You
Chickens
know.
are frozen. Yeah.
People think that when chickens get cold, they don't lay eggs.
Chickens are frozen.
Chickens don't get cold. Have you ever held a chicken in the winter? They are so warm. They're all air. All those feathers are fluffy. They're full of air. Air is a wonderful insulator. If you're cold in the winter, you go to the chicken coop. You grab one. You feed her. You might get salmonella. Just don't lick her. You hold her and you get warm. It's the light that makes them stop laying in the winter. That's why people put lights on their chickens in the winter. It's not for heat. It's to fool them into thinking it's still summer and they lay more eggs. Unfortunately, you also wear your chicken out quicker that way.
Yeah.
Because a chicken, just like a human being, has a fixed number of eggs that she's allowed to lay, and then she stops laying. And then you have a very expensive pet that gives you nothing except poop. So, anyway, and that's fun too. It's good for your grass.
Well, they,
Oh,
They eat lots of bugs. They're a wonderful insecticide. I'm not saying they're not wonderful
And
animals.
they're a household pet, according to
Keep off my couch.
Yeah.
They poop way too much.
Well,
Unless
no,
you potty train them.
if you have
Oh, I
CCNRs,
see what you're getting at.
logically.
But the point is that I like to make sure I would go with the moving average for my neighbors because my neighbors are always surprised by that. First of all, they're surprised I have chickens because you can't tell they're back there, which I love. But then when they find out, like, oh my God. And that's where this question came from. How many eggs do you get? What a great exam question. Let's analyze. That's when me and Max started collecting data. He goes out there every day. How many eggs? 3. I mean, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. It's a life problem that presents itself, and then you guys get to have fun with an exam. Good. So yes, any data outside 2 standard deviations. Thank you, Kel. Assuming that you can say something's bell-shaped. I love that. So that's one metric. Any other words come to mind? What does an outlier mean to you? It's out. Okay, so I keep hearing the word out. I love this. I love this. Can I share one with you? One that I've stumbled upon, and believe it